Hi, everyone. Welcome into our 2025 MSYSA Fall Kickoff Referee Meeting. My name is Subir. I'm the referee assigning manager with MSYSA. And I thank you all for joining us tonight. We have a lot of information to go through. And this meeting is being recorded. We will post it on our website within a few days, as well as a PDF of this entire presentation. So just keep that in mind. You will be able to get the links afterwards if you need to. Before we begin, I just want to let everyone know who's on the call. So I'm here. Jessica Hafer is on, as well as Jennifer Nesselrode. I will introduce our team in a few slides, but we also have Brian Albert on the call, who is the SYRA. Brian, if you just want to say hi and any brief message before we begin.
Yeah, hey everyone. I know some people on this call, some I probably don't. If you see me out in the field, just feel free to introduce yourself. And just a little background on me that I am still a referee in Maryland. I've had my regional license, I think, for 3 or 4 years now. And I still do games. But if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to walk you through some things.
All right. Our agenda will pretty much be going over just a little bit about MSYSA as an organization. We will then, I will introduce our assigning team, go over Godsport, and rules, reminders, and updates for this upcoming season, as well as the keys to a successful season. We also have some resources we will share, and then you can continue. If you have questions, you can type them into the chat, and we will review at the end. Jessica, do you mind reviewing this slide, please?
Absolutely. So Maryland State Youth Soccer Association is the highest administrative authority for the amateur youth sport of soccer in Maryland and the District of Columbia, as recognized by the national governing body of the sport of soccer in the United States, United States Soccer Federation. MSYSA's mission is to grow the game of soccer in partnership with our amazing affiliate clubs, which have reached in upwards of 248 member clubs and leagues, 85,000 plus players, 10,000 coaches, administrators, and all you amazing referees, and of course, assigners and other mentors and coaches. We are here to grow the game, educate, promote, support, and provide for all who participate. Please also follow us on our social media channels as we are one soccer community.
Great. So just to introduce ourselves, that is me, Subir. I'm the referee assigning manager. Jennifer is our referee assigning coordinator, and Jessica is the director of affiliate logistics. Our contact information is posted below each of our names. This on-call assigner number is very important. Please add it to your contacts if you have not already. This is the number that you call on match days. It will go directly to whatever assigner is working that day. And then this email below, I encourage you to use this when you need to reach out, because emailing this address will go to all three of us, and it's the best way for us to get back to you and get back to you in a quick manner as well. So Godsport is our referee assigning platform. It is through the website system.godsport.com. Please do not use the Godsport app that you may find on your smartphone. It is that website that you should use. On Godsport, that is where you will see all of your match offerings, which you will then accept and reject. And then you can see your assignment details, such as the ref position, kickoff times, venues, and your fellow crew members as well. On our referee hub, you will find resources for our referees. So on that page, you'll see information on how to register in Godsport if you have not done that already, as well as our referee abuse policy, FAQs, and we will post this presentation at our referee hub as well. All assignments to and payments for the following leagues are done through God Sports. So the leagues that we assign for is the USYS NL conferences, EDP, EDP Futures CMSSL, URSL. We have ODP friendlies as well as both State Cup and President's Cup matches. Jen, would you like to take this one?
Sure, I'll take this one. Hi, everyone. I've spoken with some of you over the spring season, but for those that haven't met me, I'm Jen Nesselrode, and I am a referee assigning coordinator. And I'll be working with Sabir and Jessica. I'm just going to talk about things that you, as referees, need to do on your own. Things like setting up blackouts in your GOT Sport accounts. These are really important to set these blackouts up if you know that you're not available for certain weekends ahead of time. It helps us and it helps you by having to reject any matches that we put you on. And then we would really like you to update your profile with complete contact information in GOT Sport, your phone number, your complete address, and a headshot. And check your accounts. If your headshot looks, well, if it doesn't look like you anymore, replace it. And if you live far away, for instance, college students who have a different address and would still like to work in the fall season or the spring season, update your address in Gotsport to the school address where you want to be assigned. Not just, students, but anyone that, may reside in two different houses. And we just, need to know all that. Opt in for text messaging. Oftentimes we send information and updates this way. Some of these updates can be weather updates, field changes, forfeits, but opt in for the text and keep that number in your phone so we can contact you. And again, all payments are made through Got Pay via direct deposit twice a month. Your bank account must be an FDIC insured bank, not crypto or Venmo or any of the other like Chime or things like that.
Yeah.
I think that's just enough I know of. And yeah, that's all I have.
So now we can go into the rules and reminders. So before the match, we always send these reminder emails, which provides the rules and reminders for the specific league that you are refereeing, as well as details about match durations and how to report scores and more. So I'll just share an example of what we're talking about. So this is what you will receive if you are working an EDP league match. A lot of the information we'll kind of go over in this presentation, but telling you should bring your own tools, communicate with your crew, some rules about checking in teams, as well as some other basic information that will help you prepare for the match. After the match, we have some more information, as well as this is the supplemental form, which must be filled out by the center referee if a red card was issued. And just to give you an idea about what that supplemental form looks like, it's basically a PDF that you are able to type into. Once this form is filled out, you would then email it to Jessica. And then that's an example of an EDP league reminder. If you were scheduled to work a match that is in EDP futures, for example, some of the information is different. For example, we let you know that the games are 7v7. They must have at least 4 players. That's the minimum to play, as well as some links to teach you about the build out line, which is something that they use in this league. So like if you have games over the weekend, oops, sorry. If you have games over the weekend, we'll send those reminders out on Friday. If you do have a weekday match yourself, then we'll send it out that morning. So continuing, if there are game cancellations due to weather or forfeits, you'll be notified by our team. We always encourage you to communicate with your crew. Please communicate via text or calling. You can do that through Godsport. If you're running a little late, please let them know. You can also communicate saying, hey, I'm going to be wearing my red refereeing uniform. Let's all do that, but I'll be bringing my green and yellow as well. Anything that you can think of so that everyone is on the same page. As usual, you should arrive 30 minutes prior to kickoff, especially if it's your very first game of the day. Of course, many refs, you'll have a game right after your first kickoff, so you're not expected to obviously show up to your second game 30 minutes prior to kickoff. But please, that's just another example of communicating with your second game's crew to let them know, hey, I'm on field one, but I'll be on field two before kickoff. Before the match, the center referee should also check in the teams by utilizing the printed match report, which is something that the home team provides, and we're going to do a little demo of exactly what that is. If the away team provides one that was printed closer to kickoff time, then you can use that. And also, please note that as an assigned referee on a match, you are actually able to view the match report in Godsport as soon as you're assigned to a match. So it's not something that you have to see just at the field. Teams must show the physical coaches, managers, and player cards during check-in. If they don't have a pass, they cannot play or coach. And if there's any issues or questions, please call our on-call number. There are no written in names. So if the player is not a printed name on the roster, he or she cannot play. You should strike through players who are not present. You are allowed to change jersey numbers. And then here's some information regarding the age group. So ages 9U to 10U, there's no more than 14 active players. This age group is 7v7 with one referee. Ages 10U to 12U, there's no more than 16 active players. This is 9v9 with the full referee crew. And then ages 13U and older, no more than 18 active players. And this will be a full field 11v11 with a full crew. If any match only has two referees, please do not use the two whistle system, as this is not permitted. You should ask the home team to provide a linesman. This linesman will only call out of bounds, not offsides. If there's a color conflict between the teams, the home team must change. Overall, use your best judgment. The goal is to get the game played. Do not ask teams for money. As Jen mentioned, payments will come only through Gotsport. And once again, our game day number is listed there. Please call it if there's any issues.
Hey, Subir, I just got a couple text messages that there are people in the waiting room. Can you let them in if you do see that there? Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, let's see. It looks like
Oh my gosh, it now finally allowed, it updated in the system for the additional members. It's so much fun.
Okay. All right, it looks like a good amount joined. I'll just keep an eye on that to continue to admit anyone who's still joining. And Jessica, yeah, just give me a heads up if you see something. Thank you. So continuing now during the match, here are some rules. So for EDP, CMSSL, and URSL, substitutions are unlimited and they can be done at any stoppage. For NL Team South Atlantic competitions, which are our conference matches, substitutions are limited to 7 per half for the 15U and older matches. 11U and 12U are 9v9. 12U and older can head the ball, but 11U and younger cannot. If in a match that is 11U or younger, a player intentionally heads the ball, it's an indirect free kick to the other team at that spot. Here is some information on the game duration. So ages 8 through 12 is 30-minute halves, 13 to 14 is 35, 15 to 16 is 40-minute halves, and 17U to 19U is 45-minute halves. Okay, after the match, it is very important that the center referee reports the score. There are a few ways to do this, and we'll go over this soon, but There's a QR code on the match report, which the center can scan, which will take you directly to the correct page where you should score the match, as well as notify of any yellow cards and red cards. Please make sure you're attributing any cards to the correct player with the correct jersey number. And if you do have a red card or serious injury, you can put a short note in the comments section about what happened. This is very important. And even more important is that payments for matches are directly linked to the match report. So you and your crew will not get paid unless the match is scored. So please keep that in mind. The center referee should keep the match report. If anyone, any coach, anyone else wants a copy of it, please have them take a photo of it, but you yourself should keep the hard copy. And again, if you have issued a red card or if a player had a serious injury, please contact Jessica with a brief description of what happened. And once again, just make sure you have the name and the number of who you had to card. And once again, if you do issue a red card, you must fill out the supplemental report and email it to referee@msysa.org. Okay, so this is an example match report, and I'll let Jessica kind of walk us through this.
Thanks, Subir. So the first thing I want to bring your attention to is that we will have the tutorial on how to actually pull the reports at the end of this presentation, just in case anyone was wondering. Each league, when you see the match report, will be identified on the actual match report at the top. So whenever we do send you those weekly reminders, please make sure you are paying attention to what league it's for, because some of the leagues do have nuances to their rules. Then right below that, if you do want to score the match using a URL, you can go ahead and use this URL. Please pay close attention to the event code and the event pin. They are identified at the top of every single match report. The next item will be where your actual venue and field is. It's critical that you actually look at this and pay attention. We did add markers like the county or possibly the city within a venue, because we do know, especially from last fall, that some of these venues are very close in name, and we definitely do not want you to go to Meadow Park when it was supposed to be Meadowwood Park. So please pay close attention to which venue it is, and make sure that you do go to that venue and field. In addition to this, it's super critical that we understand what these codes are. We allow a maximum of 5 club pass players. So if ever you see a match report that may have additional more than 5 on either side, they cannot all play. The maximum number of club pass players that are permitted to compete are 5. So please mark off and not allow any additional club pass players to compete. Again, if there are any issues, please make sure that you call us on the game day number. On the match report, EDP does have their on-call number in the lower right-hand corner. That is only for teams that are competing in EDP. This is not for the referee crew. If any referee has any questions about a match or any assistance needed during a match, before a match, after a match, anytime, please, please, please contact the referee game day number, which is the 443 number on the right of the screen. In addition to allowing for you to report scores and the suspensions or injuries within GotSport using a URL, we also make it quick and simple with the corner QR code. You can just hover your camera over that code. A tiny little link will show up on your actual camera screen, which you can click and it will take you directly to the match so that you can enter the report. This is also where you would make any adjustments while at the match when you're checking in the team. So please be sure that, for example, if Olivia Bates is 20 here as a jersey number, but that she shows up to the field and she is now number 18, please make sure you line out the 20 and put 18 beside it, so we can clearly identify if there are any suspensions or issues, that we know who exactly was there and what was going on. It's super imperative. And please, as Subir said earlier, please make sure that you are keeping this match card. Please do not return it back to the coaches or teams. This has to stay with the center referee until further notice. Another point to this match report is at the lower left-hand corner, you are always going to see who your referee mates are on the actual match. So please, if someone does not show up, please contact us at the game day number so that we can help either find the referee or make sure that referee has been removed from the match. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. So on this slide, you will be able to find the link to each of the league rules. So URSLMD, which is the Recreational League, EDP Futures, EDP League, and our NL Team South Atlantic Conference, which is known as our conference matches.
Not to interrupt, Subir, I just got a message from URSL, and they're also adding the RYSDL League as well that we will be assigning. So there is an additional league, RYSDL.
And is that rec?
Yes, it is a recreational league.
Okay. All right. Here is some helpful information. So these tables will tell you the half lengths for the age groups, as well as the half time duration and the ball size. This table here is known as the referee pay table, so it lets you know how much you will earn for the position that you've worked based on the age group of the match. And then it does also provide some game length information as well. Next, we can talk about a few updates. So our team will be sending out this availability form. And this form, I know some of you have already used it, which is great, but pretty much it's a way for us to gather when you are actually available, not just using blackouts, which tell you when you're not available, but this will give us more accurate information. And hopefully we think that it will allow us to assign more efficiently. So we'll just open this up to show you what it looks like. This first asks a lot of basic information. I'm going to ask whoever is like drawing on top of the screen, please stop that. We ask you basic information in the beginning, and then we go into each day. So your availability for Saturday, September 6th, you can click multiple answers if you want. Let us know that. Games kicking off between 8 and 12, so on and so forth. And then the final question is really optional, but if you do have any other comments or notes, such as you prefer AR only or certain age groups, or maybe you can only do one game a day or two max, please put that in this last question here. Once you submit it, my team and I will be able to see your results, and then we can use that information to assign. Now, about the assigning itself, we will begin on August 25th. We are still waiting for the EDP League schedule to be finalized, so we appreciate your patience, but we can confirm that we will begin on August 25th. Once you are offered a match in Godsport, you have 48 hours to accept or reject it in Godsport before the system will auto-remove you. And if you do accept a match, we really expect you to officiate it. So, um, really trying to avoid as many turnbacks or things like that this season. Now, of course, there are emergencies. Completely understand it. But just please keep in mind this note here. If you do have to turn back a match within 120 hours of the match, which is 5 days, please email referee@msysa.org and let us know that you have to turn back the match, give us the match number, the details, and then let us know the reason for your turn back. And then Brian, if you want to speak a little bit on any law changes heading into the season.
Hey, Subir, there's a few questions about like cards and player sheets. Do you think we can go through these first? I'll read them off to you.
I think we should wait till after the actual presentation,
Sounds
if you
good.
don't mind, please. Thanks.
So, guys, this presentation is going to be made available to you. Everywhere where you see blue and an underline is a hyperlink. The law changes hyperlink will go to Larry's video. If you weren't able to attend his call back in early July, this link will send you to that call. I really recommend everybody on the call and before any game you do, watch this until you become really comfortable with the new law changes. Definitely review before your first game. Once you review these laws, discuss them during your pre-games. Also, very important, discuss them with the coaches and players when you're checking them in. Some of these are pretty large changes, so they need to be made aware because most of the teams you're reffing weeks 1 and 2 probably aren't going to be aware of them. So be proactive about this. Don't just assume everybody knows the new laws going into week 1. So I talked about Larry's video. Also download the IFAB Laws of the Game app. They have the law changes in there. Read up on them. Get familiar with yourself so you know what to do when you're out there. All right, so there's 2 of those that I want to really highlight. The first one will be the 8-second rule with the goalkeeper. Since we're talking about youth matches here, we need to also think a little bit of common sense when we're dealing with 8, 9, 10-year-olds. If you're doing a game that has build outlines, Larry and I discussed this, don't really start your 8-second clock until all the players are behind the build outline. Another thing you guys can do is be vocal, okay? You're communicating with them before the game. 2, when you get down to 5 seconds, for the younger age groups, the fields are smaller, use your voice, tell the goalkeeper to get rid of the ball, and then do your 5-second count. The other rule that I want to discuss, which is a modification, is called the only the captain. You might see it in some professional games, you might see it in some adult games in Maryland. This is not a new law. This is a modification for competitions. Don't assume that this is allowed in every league that you are reffing in this fall. You need to check with your assigners who will check with the leagues on the correct determination on how to use this part of the law. So the big thing here is don't assume that that is in play. Don't be yellow carding people based on only the captain protocols if that's not part of the league that you're refereeing in. And that's all I have. And I think Larry was able to jump on the call, so he should be able to do the next slide.
Thank you, Brian. I will go to the next slide now. Larry, I'll let you review this one.
Okay. Well, this says okay, this has nothing to do with the laws. Okay. I mean, it says communicate. I guess that's with your partners. Keep your availability current. That's a signing issue. What is going on with the screen? I mean, Brian just went over being very familiar with the law changes. And as far as match day preparation, you all know about getting there on time, which has probably already been covered since I got on the call late. And be diligent in doing all your pregame duties. Referees get in more trouble not paying attention to details than missing a decision for a foul in a game. It's the little things that will get you in trouble. Pay attention to the little things, especially all those things that you can control before the game starts, like making sure the right people are on the bench in the technical area. I don't know if EDP has a maximum number or not. If they do, make sure that's not exceeded. Make sure spectators aren't in the technical area. Those kind of things will cause you problems during the game that you can handle before the game starts. And of course, the last one is have fun and be safe, always.
Thank you. On this slide, you'll find some helpful resources. So this first link here will take you to our GotSport support page. So here you can find a lot of information and tutorials as referees. So how to create blackouts, how to communicate with your crew, edit and access the game report, and so on and so forth. We have information as far as how to accept and reject matches as well. So I do encourage you, this will help answer a lot of your questions if you're new to GotSport. As far as referee abuse, Maryland has a no tolerance policy. If you do encounter abuse, please submit this following report and it will go to the SRC. So just a quick view of what this would look like is basically a jot form where you provide some match information, your information, and then a description of what happened. But don't forget that in this case, you should also submit the supplemental report and email it to referee@msysa.org. You've seen this plenty of times, but it's here just so you don't forget our on-call number, our email address that goes to all of our assigners, and then we have the contact information for Larry as well as Brian. All right, with that being said, we can now look into the questions that have been posted. One moment.
Do you want to read them off, Subir, and then we can answer them?
Yeah, one sec.
And then we can open it up to questions to everyone on the call.
So I'll read them out loud. Can digital cards be used instead of physical cards?
Now, in the state of Pennsylvania, so players that are coming from Pennsylvania to play in Maryland and DC will most likely have digital cards. Just make sure when you're checking them in that they are those that are on the match report, because they have to have the digital card or physical card to, show that they are the approved person or individual that's on the match report. For the state of Maryland and DC teams, they must have the physical card. We did not activate the digital cards for this season. I'm working on a few features within that space. So we didn't want to launch it without it being completely vetted like we had done it this past season. So please make sure that they do present their physical cards. If they're trying to show you digital cards, they are fake because it's literally not activated in the system. So what is the next question?
In the spring, got a lot of teams asking why they had to show player cards and sometimes match sheets. Is there an answer that refs should give?
There isn't a typical answer. They can just say that this is a requirement by the state association and leave it at that. It's not meant for any arguing. This has been in place for many, many years. This isn't a new thing. They must always have their cards and always be checked in against the match report.
Thanks. Someone asked, are we posting the name and phone number on the roster for referees under 18? Is that safe?
Absolutely, we do not post phone numbers of any names, and the names on the match report do not show any ages, and that will continue to be the case. What is the next question?
If you want to just quickly explain what a club pass is.
Yes, a club pass player is a player that is primary to that club that is playing on an additional team within that same club. Because we try to make sure that the teams are competing with their primary players within the EDP league, we do have a capacity for the number of club pass players. We try to keep the teams intact, so that is why there is a maximum of 5. So if you do see more than 5, any additional players above 5 may not play. So if you see that, please call the game day number. If the coaches, they already have been told this ad nauseum. So if you get any pushback, please do not hesitate to contact us on the referee game day number so that we can handle it with the coach that could possibly giving you a hard time.
Okay, Jessica, I'm not sure if you can answer this, but someone's asking, when will CMSSL increase their fee?
We will be in discussions with EDP regarding the fees. That is still $50 for the one center referee. But every year we do review the earnings for the referees for that seasonal year. So again, we will revisit any discussions on pay increases in the spring for the next season.
Okay, one moment. Someone asked for Sport. What organizations do I use? I'm not exactly sure what he means. Do you know what he would mean by that?
What was the question? I didn't.
For Sport, what organizations do I use?
You need to register to MSY Say Referee, which the link is on our website. So if you are a referee, you should then see yourself under the portal of MSY Say Referee assigning. That is the organization within Got Sport that you should be within in order to see any match assignments, accept your matches, etc.
Okay. And just I can answer one. Someone's asked, when will the availability forms be sent out? I will be sending that out again, just in case for people who didn't get it. I'll send that out tonight to all Sport referees. And we will provide this slideshow as a PDF on our website by tomorrow before this weekend. Someone asked, what about the levels of referee abuse, especially regarding red cards?
Brian, do you want to answer that one, or
I
Larry?
can answer that.
Thank you,
I'll
Larry.
answer that. Okay, as a referee, you don't have to be concerned what the level of the abuse was. You just make the report, and the adjudicating authority will determine whether it's non-physical or physical and what level within each of those categories it fits. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to put that in your report. If you didn't give a card, unless MSYSA is requiring the supplemental report, you technically don't need a supplemental report. You could use the mobile app to report the abuse. But if MSYSA wants the supplemental report in addition, then that's their individual requirement. But if you give a red card, you need to do the supplemental report. So you don't, as referees, you don't have to worry about the level of the abuse when you make the report. Just make the report, please.
Okay, and Larry, there's another question maybe you can answer, basically asking, how do you do the recertification?
You do recertification on the OMS platform.
Okay.
You should have gotten an email from Terry Miller explaining the process.
Okay. Someone asked, now that they're certified, basically, how do they get games? Do we have to email the assigner every time? You're always welcome to email referee@msysa.org, but use the availability form, and we will do our best to find appropriate matches for you.
Also, keep in mind with that, we are going to start assigning, as Subir had said earlier, on August 25 when the schedule actually freezes by the league. So thank you for your patience, but starting August 25, we will be going through the availability and making sure the assignments are happening on August 25 and beyond, of course.
One of our young referees asked, how would I ask a spectator to leave if I'm getting abused? Another referee answered saying, the coaching staff needs to handle it. Card them if they aren't listening to your warnings.
Larry, what's some recommendations you
Okay,
could give to the younger ones?
The best, if the spectators are harassing you, whether you're the center referee or an AR, the recommended procedure is the next time the ball's out of play, you go over and talk to the coaches and you have them deal with the spectators. And if it's what the spectator has done is bad enough and you want them gone from the game, you tell the coaches to go over there and figure out who it was, even if you don't know. And they have to figure out who it was, and they have to get that spectator removed. Now, if the spectator won't leave or the coaches refuse to do it, then you terminate the game.
Okay.
That's
Do you recommend, Larry, giving a red card and then terminating the game so that there can be some sort of report, or what is your recommendation?
You don't need a red card to fill out a supplemental report for a terminated game.
Thank you for the clarification, Larry.
Okay.
And just FYI, for anyone on this call who is not registered in Godsport, we've provided the link at the very bottom of the chat.
I think there was a recommendation by Kamone and Tim about updating phone numbers within the profile. We've sent numerous messages to referees to please do that. Your communications and ability for us to communicate with you through text messaging and email is paramount. So if you could please update your profiles in Godsport, please. It is so critical. We can't implore with you more to please have that information updated.
Sabir.
Yes.
Somebody just put in the chat the link to OMS, which was not correct. They put OMS, they put it without the MD dot in front of it.
Great catch. Thanks, Larry. That would be a good idea to have the correct link.
It's md.omgtsys.com. That's the correct one.
Okay, thank you. When will we get an email when we get an assignment, or do we have to check Godsport every time?
Do you want to answer that, Subir, or do you
So
want me to?
we will send an auto notification. Jessica, just confirm, will they get that as an email or a text message?
Both.
Okay.
So you will get actually numerous messages. So please check your email. If somehow, because of the notification tool that we use, it might send our notifications to spam. So please make sure you've updated your email service provider, because like I noticed, as an example, if you had like a Yahoo email, that they were rejected a lot or going straight to spam, whereas Hotmail or Gmail, they were all accepted. So I noticed there was a trend to this. So please make sure you are updating that we are a safe email, that if you see something from a Godsport email or from an msysa.org email, these are all safe emails, and to please allow them to come through direct to your emails. And then if you do have a phone number, it goes back to this, you will receive text messages from us and emergency messages, along with if one of your referee crewmates is trying to reach you, that you receive the message, because things happen, and we all know this, especially when there's bad weather, that there are very quick changes that need to be made. And if we don't have your phone number and you don't have it activated, then we can't communicate with you, and you may miss some really critical information.
Okay. In the past, we could accept an updated electronic copy of the game card. Perhaps this would be needed for a late ad after the game card was printed.
Yes, so you can see the most up-to-date match report in your assignment. The link Subir already shared of where you can see that. So let's say in the morning someone did add an additional player and get approval, because we all know I don't sleep at night, and I may have approved a player since the last time someone printed it. Whatever the latest printed match report is given, because you can look at the date and time when the last printed match report is, it's actually embedded on the document. You can accept that, even if it was 1 hour before the match or a half hour before the match, whatever the very latest one. But here's the critical part. If you started off the match with one match report, that is the match report you will use through the time. You will not switch match reports. So if someone went in halftime, switched out a match report, and now added another player, that will not be accepted. Before kickoff, that match report is the match report then that is used. If you see different font, it is not a true match report. So please make sure you are looking. It is a very clear match report and what the font is on that match report. And again, you have access to that directly on your match assignment. If anyone can please mute themselves,
I'm gonna mute
so
all,
that
1 second.
others can hear.
If a spectator is abusing a referee, are you required to get their name and document it?
Yes.
Larry, do you want to answer that one, please? Subir, could you repeat the question?
Yeah. If a spectator is abusing a referee, are you required to get their name and document it?
No, you do not confront spectators. You have the coach either you have the coach stop whatever behavior they're engaged in. And if you think it's bad enough, you get the coach to remove them from the field. If it's really bad, people at the league level will make the coach just determine who the spectator was, and there will be sanctions against the spectator, but you do not confront spectators and try and get their name.
Okay. What happens when the roster between the home team and the away team don't match?
You are going to accept the latest match report that was printed. So let's say that the home team brought a match report and it was printed at 2 p.m. on a Saturday, and the match is on a Sunday morning. But the away team brought a match report, and it is an authentic match report, because remember, again, you can view the match report on your device. If you see then that the away team has brought a match report and there's now additional players on that match report, and it's an authentic match report, and you can accept then the away team's match report if that one was printed then, let's say on Sunday, like right before kickoff. So it is whoever has the latest or last, or whatever the correct English word is, closest to kickoff is the match report that you can use.
Thanks. Does MSYSA require a contact phone number for all referees in Godsport? It really helps the ref crew to call or text if needed. If the ref is under 18, they can put a parent phone number in Godsport, correct? So yeah, so all referees, we are working diligently to make sure that every referee has a contact phone number in their profile, because yes, we agree that it is especially handy on match days when either us as assigners need to contact them, or of course the referee crew. Somebody said referees who are under 18, I believe, will have a green badge now. I think that's something not for this coming
Larry,
season.
I can take that one.
Okay, go ahead.
Just so everyone knows, the green badge is a new initiative that got rolled out mid-year. So any new referee that has gone through the August class and they're under 18 are getting a green badge. When you recertify next season for 2026, if you're under 18 when you recertify, you're going to get a green badge for 2026. If you're 18 or older at the time you recertify, you'll be getting a black badge. Just it, all it is a different color badge, has nothing else to be concerned about.
Right. If my assigners doesn't answer the emails, what do I do? Send the email to referee@msysa.org. We will answer you. What is the difference between a club pass player and a guest player?
Guest players are not permitted. If you see a G on a roster as the status, they may not, under any circumstances, compete in the game. Guest players are not permitted. Please, no guest players. Thank you.
How does Castro relate to MSYSA?
They're not. That's a completely separate organization. What is another question, Subir, please?
How do we get paid? So payment is made through Godsport via direct deposit. We will send instructions. If you don't have your Got Pay set up yet, we'll send instructions on how to do so. You can also find that in our resources on the first link on the resources page. Will we also be able to sign up for indoor games on Godsport for the winter?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Will we also be able to sign up for indoor games on Godsport for the winter?
All of our leagues are outdoors at this time. Even the Winter League is outdoors. I know it's freezing. Please get a proper attire for that.
And just another note, someone wants to just emphasize that all referees should really add a cell number to their profile because, a home number doesn't really help on match day when everyone is out and about. So yes, please make sure it's a mobile number. What about ref abuse for kids under 18? Does the center ref fill something out if they are the AR?
Well, wait a minute.
I'll
Who's the, well, if the AR is under 18, it has to be the person who is subject to the abuse that fills out the report, but they can collaborate with one or two of the other parts of the crew to get the wording right if they're not sure how to do it. If one of the three is an adult and the person that was abused is a teenager, yeah, the adult should help them, but it has to be written by the person that was abused.
So thank you, Larry. Someone just wants to say to please consider not listing full names of minors on the match card.
Minors cannot be identified on the match card as minors.
Mm-hmm.
The coaches will know who they are because they'll be wearing a green badge, at least if they have a black 2025 badge, they won't. But all new referees, and once the existing is recertified, they'll have a green badge. The coaches will know who they are. They won't have their names, hopefully.
Jessica, someone's asking if Godsport will ever become an app.
Yes, so we are working on that, but it can be reduced to a mobile. It breaks it down to a mobile view, yes, the features do then become dashes, but if you turn your phone sideways, but yes, we are working on all of that, but it does break down into a mobile device so that you still have full control as long as you're directly logged into your account. That's another thing we've noticed a lot, that sometimes, especially the younger referees are accessing their account through their parents' account. You have your own user ID. You need to be logged in directly to your account for the full functionality. So if you have it on your mobile device, you can turn your phone sideways to see more of the features, and it's basically a scrolling style. So when you break it down, right underneath your profile picture, there's a toolbar, and you can slide it across and then select your referee tab to get to the functionality. Another like little trick you can do as well is if you click on the top corner where it has your messages that all, go to that little bubble that's in the top right corner to the right of your little your little people icon there. You can click on one of the messages and then filter back to your referee assignments just using one of the messages you would have received to accept an assignment. That will also take you directly to your referee tab within your GotSport account.
Okay. And Jessica, any suggestions on how to set up GodPay account for a minor without a bank account?
So we do not recommend that at all, because the 1099s and the verification process within our Duala that we do, connect with for our merchant provider authenticates the accounts. And so if you as a parent are trying to use your bank account with your social security number, they will not match, because then the individual, the younger referee is needing to use their social security number for the 1099, so that it will get rejected. So please, send us an email if you are having trouble with registering an account, but we do strongly recommend you going to the bank. You can open up an UTMA account, which is an account that you can have as a parent with a child, and provide that account to your GotPay account so that the referee can get paid and it can go to the referee. Thank you.
All right, and Jessica, I'm just going to ask you one more time if you can
Sure.
briefly re-explain Club Pass players. Someone just asked a few minutes ago. I think they missed your explanation.
No worries. So a Club Pass player is a player that is primary rostered with that club and is then club passed to another age-appropriate team within that club. And we only allow a maximum of 5 of these players per team. So meaning each team on that could be competing, each team could have up to 5 club pass players. And you will easily see the distinction on the match report, because not only does it say CP as the status under the status column on the match report, but it also shades the individual in orange if the the match report was printed in color. If it was printed in black and white, then you will see that it will turn gray. So just keep that in mind. And it was for quick visibility on who the Club Pass players were in the competition. They may play, but only a maximum of 5.
Okay, now we got a comment. I didn't think full names were printed on the match reports.
Yes, full names are printed because we may have 20 Tylers. So we need to have very clear. So it is for our purposes and our accounting purposes to know who was the official or players or coaches. Every name, whether they are a player to a coach, to a manager, to a referee, are printed on the match report.
Someone said, can we not make a GotSport account for ourselves if we are under 18?
Can we not? What?
Basically asking, can we make a GotSport account for ourselves if we are under 18?
Yes, you absolutely may with your parents, because we do need the parents, as the parent, their email and and information so we can communicate with both of you. But yes, we also have those instructions on our website. It's a step-by-step tutorial on how to create that. If you're having any issues, you can easily email referee@msysa.org and we can quickly help you with any registration questions.
Someone said, are guest players allowed to play in tournaments?
Guest players are permitted to play in tournaments, not in league. We do not allow any guest players in any of our league competitions. They are not permitted, but in a tournament, they may play.
Where do we get the game report card? I think they mean the match report card or the match report.
So do you want to just show that tutorial real quick, Subir, since we have a lot of questions about that, so that they can pull up the authentic match card? No, show them how to access it within an assignment. Go to the tutorial in the last screen. We had the tutorials of GotSport.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then just go ahead and select the one regarding the match report and just show them how they can go and click on it and then
So in GotSport itself, you go to the referee tab and then click the cards button. That'll direct you to the match report or match card. And then it also gives you steps in the mobile view as well.
Yeah, there it shows you the scrolling, what I was explaining with your profile picture, and then you just scroll with your finger over to the right. You will see the referee tab. You click on it, go to your match assignments, then click on the match, and then you have the option to actually select to view the match report under the details tab.
For the W-9 situation, can I use my S Corp LLC info for the W-9? Okay.
No. Well, if you set up your account in your bank account, if that is set up and you do have it as that, yes, you would want whatever your bank account is. If you are a referee, but for tax purposes or whatever you've done, you've made yourself a little corporation, you can absolutely use that as long as the bank account that you're having the monies transfer to match. They have to match.
Jessica, can I jump in on that?
Absolutely.
Guys,
Please go ahead.
anything regarding payments and taxes, you have to remember none of us are accountants or tax professionals.
Yeah, thanks,
You
Brian.
should
That's so
really
true.
be reaching out to a tax professional to get these types of questions answered, just so everyone else on the call doesn't misunderstand something.
Yeah. But in order for it to link and you to get paid, you do have to have a GotPay account, and whatever bank account you are using, the social security number or TIN has to match.
Okay, thanks. And then someone said for the mobile app, would it be GotSport Team app or GotSport Live? No, there is no smartphone app for the GotSport that we use. I will post the website one more time in this chat. Go on your phone and go to that website. That's where you will log in. Do not use any app.
Yeah, the GotSport Live and GotSport Teams are all for exactly what it is. GotSport Live is a streaming that teams can use. It's a streaming functionality app, and GotSport Teams is exactly what it says. It's for teams, in a communication tool for teams. This is not for scheduling, assigning. It is not for that.
All right, and we're wrapping up now, but if you just want to explain, someone asked, are GotSport and GotPay the same thing?
GotSport is the actual assigning platform we use. GotPay is what we call the provider that we pay you from. It's linked within your GotSport account. So there's a tab within your GotSport account that says GotPay, and that is how we pay you, through your GotPay account that you would set up.
Thanks. And then someone said to inform the new users in GotSport that in the middle, when you're on GotSport on your phone, there is a gray area that slides for users to get to the referee section. So that can kind of be showcased right here. You'll see when you log into GotSport on your phone, you can actually swipe to get to the referee section there. All right. We will, so before I really conclude, first thing I want to say is thank everyone for hopping on and and being interested and eager to work this fall. I just want to genuinely apologize for anyone that wasn't able to hop on at 7 o'clock or got the error message when you were trying to join. We had set this up to literally avoid that problem. We had it set up to invite more than enough people, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but rest assured, we will send an email about this and where you can find the recording as well as the PDF of this entire presentation.
Brian, Larry, do you guys want to say anything before we wrap it up?
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm all good. Good luck out there, everyone. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to someone in the committee or your assigner to address those if you got them.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.